Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and grew well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this word refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, and this will be titled Out with NATO. NATO, the European alliance with along with United States of America, Canada, okay, the Edomite Union, pretty much, EU and NATO together, torturers of this um, world, supposed to be leaders, but leading by the sword, the gift of Edom, okay, through robbery and murder and deceit. All right, out with NATO, end, not end, finish with Brics. Okay. Brics led by who? Russia, another Edomite, so-called Caucasian, you know what I'm saying? So uh this power switch that's going on right now in the world is not going to be translated from the kingdom of United States, spiritual Babylon, spiritual Egypt, over to Russia, over to China, which is Moab, or Ammon, any of them. Okay, Ham, definitely not, none of them. The out the this last rulership of Edom will lead to Jacob, the return of Yahweh Shai, okay, who will be the king forever. All right. So once again, this is out with NATO, ending, finish with Brics. Okay. And what you're looking at is the illustration of that whore, United States of America, holding that cup of abomination, sitting on the beast, which is the EU/NATO. Okay. Alliance. Let's get it. This is the book of Obadiah, one chapter, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Shai concerning Edom, those people, the self-proclaimed white people. There's no such race as white. There's no such race as black. And by the way, I'm very happy for February to be coming to an end. In my job, we have the radio going, and I've heard the term black too many times. Okay. I'm sick of it. Black this, black that history. Our history, Yasharallah's history, is found in the Bible. Okay. You so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, we don't have a month, okay? We don't have a goddamn filthy month, and at the top of it, the shortest month of the year, okay? And once again, every time I hear that word, whether it come out of your mouth, they mouth, it's a disrespect, it's a disgrace, okay? So once again, let me get back on track. Obadiah 1 verse 1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh by Shemiah Shah, Allah power, concerning Edom, those wicked people, okay? Esau's descendants. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh Bashim Shah, an ambassador. Who is the ambassador? Starting with the house of great millstone, starting with our apostles, the elders, the Akim, the like-minded men that do the work. Lord willing, I'll be amongst them. Okay. An ambassador is sent amongst the heathen. Who are the heathen? The 17 nations, starting with Edom. Okay. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen. And who is thee? Spiritual Babylon. Okay. Thou art greatly despised. Okay. And really Edom, period. Okay. The pride of thy heart, of thy mind, have deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, and that's their infrastructures, okay? Whose inhabitation is high. Once again, those high risers that they built from going all the way back to the Romans, okay? That's their way of building. That's their print, their blueprint, if you want to say. Okay. That saith in his heart, in his mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? That bring them down to the ground means take them out of power, put them back where they belong, the least of the nations. Okay. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, you've seen that before. Spiritual Babylon, Rome, all of them use this throughout the history. You use the eagle as their mascot, okay, as their symbol. And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, what's that? Those space stations, those satellites, okay, We know that they can't go out of space, but they're in a higher atmosphere, okay? Up in the heavens, okay? That's why I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, so all of the stages set right now. We're in World War III, and you have false prophets such as Alizé, okay, Sakari saying that motherfucker maybe 1,000 years later. Like what is your point of being here? Are you a prophet or not? Are you here to prophesy the downfall of a spiritual Babylon, Edom throughout the world rulership? Are you here to do that, or are you here to get a bag, the 501c3 bag, and this get along with these motherfuckers? Okay, no, that's not what we was set up for. We was not set up for world game. We was not set up to have our fame in this world. The fame belongs to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who was set to return. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, I'm gonna slide down to 6. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are they searched out? Once again, through the prophets. Amos 3 and 7. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will surely do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets to the prophets. Once again, starting at the house of great millstone. The true prophets truly prophesizing. Okay, the return of Yahweh Shai. Not prophesizing gain and worldly gain and IUIC once again, which is an oxymoron and it's blasphemy, not to call on the true name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's deception. But once again, we're not here to say, oh, I'm thinking past America. I'm thinking Ghana. I'm thinking about schools in Ghana. For what? For what? What are you thinking prolonging this kingdom for? Prolonging Edom's kingdom. That's not what we're here for. We're here to preach the downfall, to execute this place. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said, give them no warning. Give them no warning. Okay. So once again, verse 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Okay. You know those councils, starting with the elites, your Rothschilds, your DuPonts, the people you don't see. All right. Those who fund everything, all the way up to the so-called richest men on earth. Elon Musk, he's nothing but a puppet. Your World Economic Forum, which I like to refer to as the World Evil Forum, all of those are puppets. Those are not your Klaus Schwabs. They're not your head honchos. If you see them, they're nothing. Okay. Out of sight is who your leaders are, the so-called Illuminati, which they're not illuminated anymore. They was the wise of this wicked world. They're not the wise of the righteous. The wise of the righteous are the men set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the true enlighteners. Okay. 7. All the men of Confederacy, so everybody that you're in league with, once again, this NATO, all the men of Confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay. And if you're paying attention, especially focused on where I'm at over here in United States of America, spiritual Babylon, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, it's not looking good. You got Nero verbally going after every nation possible, trying to take one to take Greenland, one to annex Canada, one to go start wars with Mexico. Okay, that's both of our borders, northern and southern borders. Okay, now you got issues with Iran. You still got your hand in, and you got your hand in the Gaza genocide. You got your hand in the Ukraine trying to fend off themselves against Russia, which is not happening, and it's not going to happen. That's biblical. Okay, so you see a lot of situations going on. Now back to the UN. It's just getting tighter and tighter. The squeeze on spiritual Babylon. Okay, because once again they're being drawn into situations that they can't handle. All right, this is 8. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh Bashim Shai, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? What is that? The council. Okay. You said, boy, how they starting with setting up a narcissist, like an idiot ass narcissist like Trump, Nero. He put Nero right back in the position he had him in last time. What did Nero do? He is the last emperor of Rome that burnt Rome, then turned around and blamed the Christians, which are the followers of Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach. Okay. So he blamed them for his doing. And rumor has it, he wanted a golden palace built on that land. Who does that sound like? nor solicit Trump. So once again, Trump is back in his lot for the last time though of power. Okay, this is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 1. But the times and the seasons, brethren. Do you hear that? But the times and the seasons. Is this talking about winter, summer, fall? No, this is talking about the time of this kingdom that we're in. The behavior, the mentality of this kingdom that we're in. Okay. Ye have no need that I should write unto you. Wait a minute, Paul. Did you say this to Alizé? Elazar, because he's sitting here thinking that he has time to just be caught up in folly and podcasts and celebrity and fame, fashion shows and raps and whatnot. He doesn't seem to know the season that he is in. Neither does Bishop Nathaniel seem to know the season. So maybe this was only directed to who? The election. Okay. But of the time and the season, brother, and this is Paul speaking. Okay. Ye have no need that I should write unto you, for yourselves perfectly know that the day of Yahweh Basham Shai shall come as a thief in the night, not 1,000 years from now, as a thief in the night. And we're in this time. All the warnings that have been given are coming to light. Okay. For when they shall say peace and safety, and you're going to hear that in Adawan Ratazai and these videos coming up, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come up upon them as travail upon a woman. What's that? With child. Travail upon a woman with child. That's that water broke. Okay, that's those contractions leading to that child being born. Spiritually, that's the return of Yahweh Shai coming back to earth and the pains and wounds that have to come with it. Okay, and the judgment to this earth. And they shall not escape. The wicked shall not escape this judgment. Okay, not none of the wicked. And where does the judgment start at the house of Yasharallah? Okay, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. Okay, speckled birds included. But ye, brethren, are not in the dark, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Who is not in the dark? Those who are well instructed, those who Yahweh Basham Yahushai has set aside to do the work in truth and sincerity, to honor him in truth and sincerity, not to do it for the self gain, not to do it for their own belly. Okay, that's who is not going to be caught slipping with their pants down. Okay, as you want to say. This is my 107 fair use copyright. 107 fair use copyright. Okay, I am not selling a product. This is strictly for educational purposes, and more importantly, I pray that it be edifying. All right.
So the US and Russia are negotiating a ceasefire. Ukraine has been left out in the cold and Europe has been snubbed.
We really don't have to go no farther than that. Did you not hear that? All right. Europe has been left out in the cold. Okay. So this NATO is imploding and being destroyed from within. Okay. And NATO, there you go.
Even invited to the talks, like I told you. In response, Europe decided to huddle. Their leaders met up in Paris for an emergency mini summit. The location was the Élysée Palace. The host was French President Emmanuel Macron, and in attendance were the top leaders of Europe, including NATO chief Mark Rutte, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, and EU Council President Antonio Costa. This is Europe trying to regroup and devise their own strategy for the war. But were they successful? The meeting.
Now, did you hear that? Once again, we read Obadiah. Those who are in league with you or in confederate with you have brought you to the border. Okay, they've laid a wound for you. All right, and that's exactly what they was planning. You think they was just planning, sitting there all coming together talking about let's help Ukraine? No, they're saying let's deal with United States of America, starting with Nero.
Lasted for around 3 hours. It had two main outcomes. First, increased defense spending.
On defence, it's clear the US is not going to leave NATO. But we Europeans will have to do more. The issue of burden sharing is not new, but it is now pressing. And Europeans will have to step up, both in terms of spending and the capabilities that we provide.
For decades, Europe has leaned on the United States, especially as its security guarantor. During the first Trump administration, this issue came up. Trump wanted Europe to spend more on defense. If not, he said he'd withdraw from NATO. That sent European capitals into crisis mode. They increased defense spending to 2% of their GDP. That's what NATO members are required to do, spend 2% of their GDP on defense. Now, most of them have started doing it, but they did it only after Trump's threats in the last term. And all of them still don't do it yet. Plus, even at 2%, Europe's armies are still underfunded, so they now are talking about raising it to 3%. And that's being met with fierce resistance. These governments are struggling with fiscal constraints, and defense is not their biggest priority.
Ich bin sogar ein wenig irritiert.
We are all already committed to spending 2% of our economic output on defense in the long term. A few member states are not quite there yet, but they're on the way. However, it will be very important for the future of Europe that we enable everyone to do what is necessary for them.
Das ist höchst unangemessen, es ganz offen und ehrlich zu sagen.
So that was the first outcome. Europe.
So you see, no matter what language they speak, these people are all the same. My son's aunt, his their mom's sister, she has this big ass Ukrainian tattoo on her wrist, and she's snapping at me because I'm telling her that Ukraine and Russia are the same people, and she's doing a big ass nuh-uh. But if you pay attention to the war, they're relatives. It's no different than fucking Michigan and Indiana beefing with each other. You're gonna have family on both sides of the fucking border, okay? So they're the same people. All right, you watch this room, it's all fucking Edomites in there. All right, you can't get around it.
Is divided over defense spending. The second outcome involves sending peacekeepers to Ukraine. The suggestion initially came from Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the UK. He said that he was willing to put boots on ground to send peacekeepers to Ukraine. But he would do it on one condition. Listen to this.
So once again, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say, who's they? Edom. Peace and safety. Peace and safety. Then suddenly destruction shall come upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So there is no out talking this. Ain't no talking about it. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's version of pleading is not talking. It's action. It's those chariots coming from the heavens, from the seas. As you see, they're coming from even the seas. Our seas they're gonna arise from the seas, from the depths, okay? And they're not talking. Those high concentrated lasers are gonna be used. All right.
This.
Europe must play its role. And I'm prepared to consider committing British forces on the ground alongside others if there is a lasting peace agreement. But there must be a US backstop, because a US security guarantee is the only way to effectively deter Russia from attacking Ukraine again.
So Starmer says he'll do it, but only if there's a lasting peace deal. And he wants a US guarantee. Will Trump agree? We don't know. And now it doesn't even matter, because Starmer's plan was killed.
Okay. Did you hear that? Now I got the perfect answer to that. Now we read in Obadiah that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will surely take the wisdom from the council, all right, from the leadership of Edom. Okay, so let's get it. This is the book of Proverbs. All right, will Trump come to save the day? Nero, out of all the people. Proverbs 21:1, and then we're going to go into a breakdown. So this is very important. Okay. The king's heart, their mind, their life is in the hand of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, not Satan. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I'm gonna read this again. Who are our modern day kings? Your leaders, your presidents, your dictators, okay, your governors, all right. The king's hearts, the king's heart, okay, his mind is in the hand of Yahweh Bashim Shai. He at Salakia. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart, his mind is in the hand of Yahweh Bashim Shai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it wheresoever he will. And what is the Yahweh Bashim Shai's will right now? For world peace? For the world to come together and destroy the nuclear missiles and clean up this earth and start acting as friends again, friendly? No, he set the stage up for it to be the conditions that we're in now. Okay, so now we're gonna do a breakdown of this. All right.
If there's a lasting peace deal, and he
Stop. Because a US security guarantee is the only way to effectively deter Russia from attacking Ukraine again.
So Starmer says he'll do it, but only if there's a lasting peace deal. And he wants a US guarantee. Will Trump agree? We don't know. And now it doesn't even matter because Starmer's plan was killed in his own backyard. European leaders have rejected it. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz called.
Did you hear that? The EU has rejected it in his own backyard. Why? Because we just read Proverbs 21:1. It's not the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. He is not directing them to peace. Okay?
The idea, and I'm quoting, premature. French President Macron was non-committal. Poland did not want to be part of it, and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni questioned the plan. There are many problems with the peacekeeping force. It pits Europe in a direct conflict with the Russians, and it stretches the underfunded European armies, so the plan may not fly. And this meeting.
So what is that telling you? The EU does not want any smoke with Russia. And it's not even Russia no more. It's the Brics. Remember, this is out with NATO and not in and finish with Brics. All right. So Russia is not alone. China, multiple countries from Africa. Remember, Africa is a continent, not a country. Multiple countries have signed on. Okay. They even got well, we know North Korea. Now, North and South Korea are trying to come together, and talks. So you know which way that's going to go. Also, you have Japan leaning towards the BRICS. You have Turkey, who's already wiped his hands with NATO to form an alliance with the BRICS. Okay, so all of this is adding up against who? Spiritual Babylon, and I'll sum it up against Edom.
Has basically proved only one thing, that Europe is divided. It can't seem to agree on anything. The war in Ukraine broke out in 2022, right on Europe's doorstep. It threatened their peace and security. A weakened Ukraine was bad news for them. Yet for 3 years, Europe took a backseat and followed America's lead. But now America has a new president and a new plan, and Europe has no place in that plan. They find themselves on the sidelines, desperately hoping for a seat at the table.
It is a painful circumstance that we Europeans will have to try to find out about it from the newspapers because we missed the moment. The leaders of the big countries of Europe missed the moment when they could have made initiatives in the matter of the Russia-Ukraine war.
So what's next for Europe? The illusion of permanent American protection is cracking. The transatlantic alliance is under strain. Europe has been thrust into a moment of decision, a moment that it has long postponed. So it must do something now. Macron, Starmer, Scholz and others may disagree on the plan of action, but I'm sure they agree on one thing, that the stakes are high. This is about their security, their own security. Without a coherent strategy, Europe may become a bystander in its own story. It's if there's a lasting peace deal.
So once again, do you not see Obadiah being brought to light all the way? Okay, the conditions are set. Now, Alizé and you other prophets out here prophesying lies and deceit to Yasharallah. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will deal with you directly. Okay. Now, I got one more because all of this is gonna end up into what we know is the Battle of Armageddon. Okay, so here's another example of the end of this place.
It's a very exciting time to track geopolitics. The war in Ukraine is hitting its third anniversary in a few days from now. High-profile meetings are underway to strike peace. But it has also triggered a new battle. Whose version of peace will prevail? Will it be Donald Trump's with his concessions to Russia, or will it be Europe's? And where does Ukraine feature in these talks? Will peace cost Zelensky his job as president? We ask because Donald Trump is now pushing for elections in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Putin is having the last laugh. He played the long game and he seems to be winning it. America does not want to fund this war anymore, and Europe cannot make up its mind on how to help Kiev. We'll also tell you about Trump's peace envoys, the two men tasked with ending the wars in Ukraine and Gaza. Who are they? Why has the White House said that Elon Musk does not head Doge? What's the latest in the AI wars? Mira Murati has a new startup, and Sam Altman is trying to Musk-proof OpenAI. How Champions Trophy kicked off in Pakistan, and who owns James Bond? All this and more coming up. The headlines first. In Bangladesh, more than 150 students injured in violence at a university campus. The youth wing of former Prime Minister Khalida Zia's party clashed with a protest group, but they have blamed the Islamist party Jamaat for provoking the violence. Zia's party is expected to win the elections slated to be held by early next year. In India, Rekha Gupta will be the new Chief Minister of Delhi. The swearing-in ceremony will be held tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah are expected to be in attendance. Earlier this month, the BJP returned to power in the national capital after 27 years. The Sudan slams Kenya for hosting the Sudanese paramilitary. The rebels are set to declare a parallel government. The Rapid Support Forces have been at war with the Sudanese army for nearly 2 years. On Friday, the RSF will declare a government in territories under...
So you clearly see, I'm going to get it right now. Matthews 24. Matthews 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. This is red letter. Yahweh Shai speaking. Okay. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So once again, if you're a watchman and you have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, then what do you get? What do you understand? What are you lacking in understanding with? We see that the conditions are set right in front of your face.
Under their control at an event in Nairobi. Is Australia about to get its own Donald Trump? Billionaire Clive Palmer launches a political party inspired by the US president. This comes just months ahead of the federal election.
Look at him. Another Edomite. Look at him. White shirt, red skin. Can you at all consider that man white when you see his shirt and you see his hair and you see his face? That's an Edomite. Okay, and listen to what he's planning on doing.
Like Trump, the mining magnate has promised to quote-unquote drain the swamp.
He looked like Trump's cousin from the side, or unless that is Trump right there, Salakia, that could be him. But yeah, so he has the same game plan. Migration.
Country's capital. Palmer also opposes mass immigration.
Okay, immigration and who? Who are they trying to get rid of? Jacob, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. It really mind boggles me from the beginning. Although I'm in this truth, it has always played with my mind how the world could be in so much turmoil. Just like was that a year ago or two when that Israeli ish radish person, Jew you not, said that while they're in the midst of this Gaza conflict, she said that the biggest problem to Israel is posted by the so-called African American, that be you, Jacob, over in the United States of America. What influence do we have on them and their war? Did we send the guns, the missiles, and whatnot? Did we ship them over there to cause this conflict? Are we part of Hamas? Hell no. Somehow they still find a way through all of their problems to point the finger at us. Okay, so he's doing the same game plan as Nero. All right, just to give you a heads up, you're not safe anywhere. Jake, you're not safe anywhere on this earth.
And Sweden Supreme Court dismisses a climate lawsuit.
Okay, and I got one more, then we're gonna head into these scriptures. Now, once again, we read Proverbs 21:7. The king's hearts are all in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and he directs them as he pleases. Okay, and this is where he's directing them. Okay, peep this out. How are Esau's things sawed up? Let's give you one more example.
Hard people like you are the fucking problem. I find it incredible that he's over here so critical of Kanye West, right? About, oh, he beats his wife, whatever. Meanwhile, you're walking around with a war criminal that's killed hundreds of thousands of innocent people, bombed them indiscriminately, etc.
I gotta stop this. Now, I've seen this interview, and this Rabbi Shmuley, this piece of filth, disgusting yuck, said that he went in on Kanye sick. Kanye, why is nobody checking on Kanye? Why is nobody calling him out? Which obviously, if you're on the media, you're doing it. You're calling him out right now. You and other people have called him out. Yeah, Kanye is sick. He's did this, that, had his wife naked on stage or whatever. He's a sick individual. However, Rabbi Shmuley does promotes porn, not promotes, sells porn with his daughter. Okay, what is pornography? Is that not a form of abuse, mental and physical abuse? Okay, whether that person signs up or whatever, they're physically and mentally abusing themselves, and it's disgusting. Is it part of the law, statutes, and commandments? Isn't he supposed to be an ish person? Okay, one of their teachers. So that, you know what I mean, hypocrites.
So hardcore on Twitter about some tweets versus you're running around with someone that's literally a war criminal wanted by the ICC that's killed tens of thousands of innocent children, right? And then you're over here calling for censorship. I'm tired of anti-Semitism. I'm tired of racism. People like you are the fucking problem, because here's the thing. Americans are tired of censorship. We're tired of being browbeat into being virtue signaling losers like you. You go ahead and you provoke problems with people. I've literally seen you do this. You go up to people, you provoke them, and they tell you off, and then you get mad and you yell anti-Semitism. Rabbi Shmuley, until you can actually call people liars, no one cares about anti-Semitism anymore. You guys run around, use it for everything.
And man, he has a major point. You can say anything, but you can't call us liars. As a matter of fact, that word that he keeps repeating is a lie. Redo your research, people. Where do you see that word in the Bible? You won't. I'm going to tell you what you're going to see. You're going to see Noah and his 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Who is Shem? Noah's son, the progenitor of nations. Okay? Nations. Edom, Israel, Ishmael, just to start off, just to name it, but nations. Okay? So you can't be hateful towards something that you are, okay? And when you're talking over there, both of them are Ishmael or Salakia, are Shem's progenitors, his children, okay? Ishmael and Edom, all right, having this conflict, the little hatters, okay? So they use that, and that's a lie itself.
Oh, that's anti-Semitic. How about this? When you can call someone a liar for what they're saying, then we'll start taking you more seriously. Other than that, you're a fucking dildo rabbi. People like you are the fucking problem. I find it incredible that he's over here so hard. People like you are the fucking problem. I find it incredible.
Okay, you get the point though, but he's a filthy man. Last year going around parading, talking about they have a Halloween, a custom of Halloween, a Jewish custom of Halloween because they won so many wars. Is that biblical? Okay, didn't Yahweh Bashem Yahushua say, I hate your feast days? But let's get it though. So we're gonna do a breakdown of this Proverbs 21. What does it mean that that he moves the kings however he pleases? How is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua moving them? Let's get it. This is the book of Joel. 3:1. For behold, in these days and in the time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, once again, the northern and southern tribes, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, I will also gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley Oh, Salakia, that's not what I wanted yet. Salakia, that's jumping ahead. Let's back up. Jeremiah 50 and 45. Okay, therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that he hath taken against Babylon, spiritual Babylon, United States of America, and his purpose that he hath purpose against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Who is that least of the flock? The little hatters, Amalek. Okay, who was mentioned ironically, not ironically, but who was mentioned in Psalms 83 after Edom is already mentioned. You go through the nations and you see Amalek, which is of Edom. So that's a very major point. Okay, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitations desolate with them. Now we know that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to sanitize Israel, all right, for the return of the true of Yasharallah, the true Israelites. Okay, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. The land's gonna be purified, cleansed through those ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay, also those high concentrated lasers coming from the chariots. Now over here in spiritual Babylon, it's going to be done away with. Desolation, never inhabited again. A memorial. Okay, all right. So that is a promise. Now who are they going to bring out? Who is the least of them going to draw out? Well, I'm gonna give you a starter because they're already over there in the neighboring nations causing problems amongst Ishmael and Elam. So here we go. This is the book of Second Esdras 15 and 24. Behold, and horrible vision and appearance thereof from the east. Okay, which we know is Western Asia. All right, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and with multitudes of them shall be carried. Salaki, and the multitudes of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they that hear, which hear them, may fear and tremble. Who are those dragons? Ishmael. Okay, you got Iran, you got Iraq, you got all the neighboring nations that surround um, Israel, okay, that they've been poking at. It's India. All of these people are about to come and unleash on her. All right, I'm going down to 31. Second Esdras 15 and 31. And then shall the dragons once again, Ishmael, have the upper hand, remembering their nature. Now, you know, Ishmael is a wild man. The suicide bombers or whatever, they've been conflicting amongst each other for decades and decades. However, what did Yahweh Bashem Yahushua say in 31? And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, remembering who they are. Okay. And if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in a great power to persecute them. Okay, to persecute the little hatters. All right, led by Ben Juyunat. All right, and causing all this chaos. Why? Because he doesn't want to take responsibility for his actions, knowing that if he is voted out of, if this all of this war conflict was to end the day, Ben not a Jew would be in chains, would be put forth in front of a court for war crimes, okay, for genocide. So he just keeps it going because for whatever reason, if you're in war, you get to remain in power, okay. Now that's the conflict. That's the jump off. Let's keep it going. Now we started this videos off talking about NATO, out with NATO, okay. So here we go. What does the Bible say about that? Revelations 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, once again, the EU slash NATO, the European Union, these shall hate the whore. Who is the whore? Spiritual Babylon that sits on top of her. Okay, you heard them say, We need the United States of America to blase this and that. You heard them say that this war, this Ukraine against Russia had been taking place for 3 years in the EU's backyard, but they took the commands from who? United States of America. All right. So once again, that's what that meeting was going into. So Alizar, you need to pay attention. Okay. Uh, Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, those shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, okay? And shall eat the whore's flesh and burn her with fire. And I keep pointing at Canada, our northern neighbor. I think they're gonna throw them stones. I really think. I mean, you got Nero poking at them, poking at them. Oh, they should be the 51st nation. Oh, they got minerals. Wherever there's minerals at, there goes eat them. Go to rob, steal, and kill them. Okay, all right, privileging. So you see, NATO is done. It's done. You're hearing it take place in front of your face. It's out there. The news is being provided. NATO is done. They have no solutions. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Once again, Obadiah has taken the wisdom out of Edom, out of the council. This is the book of cancel. This is the book of Ezekiel 38, verse 1. And the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. Who is this? Russia. Okay. The chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesies against him, saying, Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Allah power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. All right. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Why does he say that? Because we witnessed the Soviet Union lose its might, lose its force. Okay. Back in the late 80s, early 90s. Okay. They dissembled the Soviet Union. Now what happened? He rose up Putin through the army, through through their army as a leader, and now sitting in a power seat as a dictator. Okay. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen, and all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckles and shields, all of them handling swords. And we see Russia's swords. Hey, they sent those ICBMs over into Ukraine without the nuke heads. Did any of them miss? Not one missed the target. What did Zelensky do? Saying we're hopeless, we're defenseless against this. Now you got fucking United States of America trying to simulate the Iron Dome of Israel. What is that going to do? Not a goddamn thing, especially when it pertains to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the host, the army. All right, but not even against the ICBMs, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has told us not one of them will miss their mark. They will all hit the target. Okay. Now, verse 5, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Who is that? The Brics that's come together, not coming together, that is already formed. Gomer and his bands, and the house of Tigmar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Okay, so Yahweh Shai has formed this alliance between those who wasn't even friends for what? One common goal. They hate the whore. They hate NATO. Okay. And once again, parts of Turkey, parts of NATO has got them away. They stood to the side and said, we don't want nothing to do with this. We rather we rather partner up with Russia. Okay. Slovakia. All right. Now, where is all this gonna all of this is what's the lead up, the build up. Once again, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not coming to kumbaya, talk peace, put the world back together. Yahweh Shah is not coming to sit in the World Economic Forum as just another leader. Now I'm here, the leader of Yasharallah. What are we gonna do to make this? No, he's gonna wear all the crowns of the earth. Okay, so let's get it. The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in these days, and in that time, the time that we're in now, blessed are we to be here this day. Okay, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, the northern and southern tribes, okay? I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage. Yasharallah. Did he name another nation there? No, no. This is only for us, okay? Whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land. Oh man, how do we confuse this talk for other people? How do the little hatters even fall into this category at all? They can't. Who has been scattered? You so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, okay? Whose land was taken? You so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. And they have cast lots for my people, and given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. And who did that? Starting with the little hatters. Do your research. They funded the transatlantic slave. Okay, they funded it on both ends. All right. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyree and Zidon, Hamites, okay, who participated? All right, how we came off of that continent. They participated. All right, and all the coast of the Philistines, okay? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your head. See, Yahweh Shai is coming for vengeance. All right, you come at me, I'm coming at you harder, okay? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, read the scriptures, is all through it, and have carried unto your temples, and have carried unto your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that they might remove them far from their border. Okay. And now, has this not taken place? This is not future prophecy. We went through this. We're past this time. Okay. Behold, I will raise them out of their place, whether ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And has he done that? Yes, he's raised this up. That's why we have these mighty apostles and mighty elders and you Akim. Okay, because we've been given that recockwadage back. It's been returned to us. We're no longer niggers, no longer spics, no longer savage Indians, no longer port of riches. Okay, and this is verse 8, Joel 3:8. And I will sell your sons and daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them into the Sabines, to a people far off. For Yahweh Bashim Shai has spoken. Now here we go. Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles. Once again, the 17 nations. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let the man of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. So all your agriculture devices that you have, your assemblies, your warehouses, whatnot, that go into your John Deere's, I like to use a Caterpillar, all of those places. You have to now start manufacturing tanks. All right. Beat your plowshares into swords and your prone hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Remember Trump 5-6 years ago? Little rocket man, Kim Jong-un. Now Kim Jong-un has joined the ranks with Russia. You're no longer a little rocket man. Now he's a fucking adversary that you got to deal with. Let the weak say I'm strong. Okay, all of these, once again, all of these African countries that you don't even consider have joined into this Brics to do what? Have backup. Okay, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together around about. There have caused thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, we'll skip that Jehoshaphat for you. H3092.
Strong's H 3092. Yehoshaphat. Yehoshaphat.
his has judged. Yahweh has judged. Okay, Yahweh has judged. It is judgment. It's not the place of peace, not the place of talking. All right. So this is 12 again. Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, known as Armageddon. Okay, the stage of World War III. For there will I set to judge all the heathen round about. Put a sickle in the harvest. Put a sickle. Salakia 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get ye down, for the press is full. The fat overflow, for their wickedness is great. Okay. Now here, listen to this. 14. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is near in the valley of decision. Okay. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, those ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua also shall roar out of Zion, okay? Yahweh Shai with them, the host, the army in them chariots, okay? And utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will be the hope of his people. Okay, who is that? The election, the 144,000 and the 1/3, and the strength of the children of Yasharella. Once again, why does he never mention another nation that he cares about or that he's gonna save? He doesn't. So you can't assume that it's for other people. That's just your mind playing tricks on you. Okay, or are you just being misled? You being prophesized falsities. Okay. Now I pray that this has been edifying. Now we see all of this war is taking place. We got you all the way up to Armageddon. We're going to put a finishing touch on this. Isaiah 63 and 4. Salakia and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Once again, those people, you can't get around it. With dyed garments from Basra, which is the capital. There are people before a place. They're all over the world. You've seen it today, all right, in the video. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. That's those chariots. I that speak righteously, mighty to save, Yahweh Shai. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. All right. And once again, I never use red highlight, only for these verses right here, because they fit. I have trodden the wine press alone. This is Isaiah 36. Salakia, Isaiah 63 and 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there were none with me, none other nation. Okay, for I will trod them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. Okay, and I will stain all my remnant. Okay, so he's going literally. I know you can imagine wine being made, old school wine being pressed out. You've seen it before, being stumped out to get that juice out. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is doing this to flesh, okay? For the day of vengeance is in my mind, my heart, okay? And the year of my redeem is come. So while people sitting back slacking, thinking that they got this long to do this, that long to play this, hey, Paul already gave us the warning. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming like a thief in the night. And only those who have been prepared, watchmen, okay, in sincerity, will be ready for this. All right, the election. With that, I pray that this was edifying. One more time, this has been Out with NATO, end, not in, end, finish with Brics. Shalom.